Hey, this is Shez Kane, and you're watching CMS TV.
It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard something from Whitesnake there with Sailing Ships going out to the Mississippi Truck Driver. And we just heard Black Sabbath with A National Acrobat going out to Mary Dan. And coming to the mic is our own national acrobat doing Stunning Cunts. My good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
What is up, man? How you doing?
Well, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yes. How about you, man? How's your day?
It was good. Just I didn't get out of bed yesterday, and I didn't get out of bed today. I stayed in bed. I was out Thursday visiting the family and all, and then Friday I've been in bed since Thursday night.
Jesus, dude. You all right?
Yeah, fine. Just I never get to do that for days in, days out. So I did. I just watched movies and drank cocktails and had a little bit of food and just relaxed.
Jeez. Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Peace.
Sounds fun to me. I wish I could do that sometime, but not 2 days in a row. No fucking way. Absolutely not.
Well, I noticed that my system was getting kind of stressed here lately because I get a little twitch in my left eye. It gets twitchy, and that's usually a good indicator that I'm kind of like stressed. So I thought, well, I'm going to just relax as much as I can over this 4-day break and try to get the stress levels back down, and the twitch in my eye is not doing anything at the moment. So
there you go.
So when I start getting stressed between doing work and all the recent events with the death of my brother and coming back from the KISS cruise and dealing with family over the holiday and all that, it's just like, boy, I gotta take a break here.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get the fuck away from everybody, man. I get it.
I did, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
What you watch? Anything good?
Nah, just movies. I just was watching movies, mostly nostalgia style stuff. I did watch a new movie. I did watch the follow-up to A Christmas Story, Christmas Story.
Okay.
Do you know which one that is?
Nope.
It's Ralphie, Christmas Story, the movie.
Believe it or not, I've never seen it.
That house is right there near you.
Don't have any interest.
You've never seen that movie.
Never seen the movie.
It's on 24 hours a day for the last 25 years.
You know what I do when I see it? When I see the guy running through the snow and dancing on the pole or whatever, click next.
Well, anyway, there was a HBO released a follow-up movie now that he's grown, so it picks up where he where he's now an adult with his own family, and his Gavin, what was his name? Gavin McLeod played his father in the original one, and he passed away, so they made him pass away in the movie, and they brought back some of the original characters and so on and so forth, and so I watched that. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't going to be as good as the original, but I had to see it just to see, just out of curiosity. Watched that. I watched a couple of nostalgia movies like Navy SEALs. You ever see Navy SEALs with Charlie?
I've seen Navy SEALs. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched that, and I just watched a bunch of just YouTube videos and all kinds of stuff. So it was just taking it easy and just filling my head with a bunch of mindless bullshit.
Right. Well, that's cool. That is cool.
Yep. So how was the roast feast from Billy Morris?
It was great. It was its usual fantastic eats. Lots of good eats.
What came in this package that you bought?
We had the 20-pound turkey, smoked turkey. We had the smoked mac and cheese. We had the Italian sausage and sausage. What do you call it? Stuffing. Potatoes, the rolls, the whole thing.
Mhm.
The whole dinner. It was solid, and it took longer because I fucking forgot to read the directions. I just thought that I'd pop it in the oven for an hour and it'd be good. And it was like,
Yeah.
no, it was like 3 hours. So, needless to say, Kelly had to kind of sit and hang for a couple of hours while I waited for this shit to cook. So you know what that meant? Out came the bourbon. So we tied a pretty good one on yesterday before we ate, and then we ate to simmer it down. So,
well, that's good. Was it just you and her?
Me, her, and my son and my daughter. One of my sons and my daughter.
All right. So everybody was happy with that, huh?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was as low key. I mean, we didn't even set the fucking table. It was literally, here, come get your food and let's go back in the living room and hang out.
Yeah. Well, I went to my nephew's place. My nephew James, the one who sends you gifts and things all the time, and
sure,
he hosted for the first time since his mother, my oldest sister, passed away back in February.
Right.
So it's been a tough year for this family, anyway.
Yeah, no shit.
Losing 2 siblings within a 9-month period there. So he decided to host Thanksgiving at his place because my sister always usually had it at her place.
Right.
And so he decided he was going to step up and take the mantle this year. And we went over there, and his older brother, my other nephew, they deep fried 2 turkeys out in the driveway, and turned out real good. Deep fried turkey is the way to go.
That's good shit. It definitely is. The only problem with the deep fried turkey is you got to be super careful, which a lot of people, when they're making Thanksgiving dinner, they're having a couple of drinks with it. And it's like,
yeah,
little scary about spilling all that all up and down your legs. But
sure. Yeah, they've been doing this for years now, so they're just experts at it. But that turned out real well. And my sister and Officer Jim came over from Akron, and my nephew's wife and kids were there, and so we all just kind of sat out in the garage there because it was a nice day. Actually, the weather was really nice,
right?
And so just to get a little fresh air and watch the turkey cook and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of sat out in the garage and just shot the shit and had a few cocktails and watched the bird cook, and
that's cool.
Just it was a pretty relaxing afternoon. We were going to go shooting later in the day, but for whatever reason people just didn't want to go. I don't know why. I brought a few of the guns to get going and do that thing, but maybe next year, or maybe around the spring or 4th of July or so. I don't know, maybe we'll do something like that. But for whatever reason I thought I was ready to go, but they were we're just not interested. It's like, okay, whatever.
Isn't that the mode today? That requires doing something. I guess not.
It was fine. We had a good time. I cut out of there probably around, I don't know, it was probably like 8:30. Okay. So I got home about 10 o'clock, and that's all she wrote.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's better than sitting home bored, and you got a good meal out of it. So fuck it. Good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not complaining in the least. So it's just a different with changes happening, it's just a different way of doing things now, because tradition for years and years has always been, one way or the other, but now you got to start some new traditions, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. That's keep it. Look, my mom, who the tradition has been that she comes here for Thanksgiving since my dad passed 10 years ago. My mom's in Vegas with my brother and his kids. They went, they didn't have any turkey yesterday. They had like fucking shells or something for dinner.
Okay.
But for their Thanksgiving quote unquote celebration, I guess there's that place in Vegas where you can go and run all the heavy equipment, like augers and like heavy duty augers and shit. That's what they did for their celebration, was dug holes.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, they seem like they had a good time. So it's like, okay, everything's fluid, man. You just keep changing.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
I
So
can't. I gotta see pictures of my mom though. Fucking 75 years old, fucking digging holes in the dirt in Vegas.
we're running heavy duty machinery.
Exactly.
Mhm. Well, since you mentioned Vegas, while we were in the garage there, and I'll just kind of shooting the shit among the guys,
Yeah.
we I decided that Officer Jim, my nephew Joel, myself are going to take my nephew James to Vegas next year, a year from now, for his 40th birthday.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a guys only thing,
That's
So
cool.
so being that I'm not married and James isn't married and the other two are married, it was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm not really sure if it's going to be a good deal for me. It's like, well, the wives are sitting right here. Let's put them on the spot so they don't give you a hard time about it. Cause I want to start planning this thing because
Right.
I want us all to go out to that racetrack out there and be able to race those cars out there. They got, all kinds of sports cars you can race
Sure.
on the speedway out there. And that's one of the things I want to do, and maybe go to the gun range out there where I think it's like a day or 2 days of like tactical training,
Okay.
and you go out there and shoot stuff and blow up shit and whatever. I thought we could do that.
Right.
And of course, whatever else Vegas has, but I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing to take him out there for his 40th. So that was
That's cool.
that was a point of discussion. And then of course it was like, well, how come we can't go? It's like, well, because this is like a guy thing. This is for the guys. The guys are going to go do this thing,
Yeah.
No wives or girlfriends going along. That's it.
That's right. So stay home.
Well, I guess we'll have to do our own thing. Well, just because we're doing a thing, why do you have to do a thing?
And even more the point, yeah, you're right. You do have to do your own thing, even if that means nothing, because we're leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye.
It's just like, just because we're doing this thing, why does it automatically trigger something that you have to do something?
No, it just does. You know that, dude.
I don't get it. It's just like, I'm glad I just don't get caught up in that minutia.
Dude, if you are getting to have fun, then I get to have fun. Don't you know the rules?
No, I don't know the rules, and I don't want to understand them either. The hell with that bullshit. I don't need that noise.
It is a bunch of bullshit. That is for sure.
Yeah, it's just this tit for tat nonsense. It just doesn't. I just don't get it. It's just like, whatever. It's just like, dude, this is what I want to do. This is my idea. This is something I want to do. I think it would be cool. It would give us all a chance to just kind of get away and just do some guy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
When we don't hang out that often, and obviously life is short. You just don't know what's around the next corner. So let's plan and do something, and let's go do it.
Yeah, let's do it before we can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm in the same boat, man. It's like, I have a thing that I want to do with Kelly coming up, and she's him-hawing all about all the fucking reasons not to do it. She's like, it's just a long way. I don't like to drive at night. I don't like to do that. And I'm like, all right, then you stay fucking home,
right?
Because I'm going to be dead sooner than later, and I'm going to enjoy every fucking minute that I can right now.
Right.
You go ahead and stay home.
Yeah. Could you throw a even more wet blanket on this idea here?
Yeah. Sorry, I tried to entertain you.
Yeah. I tried.
Sorry about that.
I tried to include you in something fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with that. Just so done with it.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the tentative plan, because I want to do it upright. I want to fly first class.
Of course.
Out and back. I want to look into, rather than all of us getting individual rooms, maybe get like a suite with that houses, 4 or 5 people, you know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Get one of those so we can have like a common area and have individual rooms and stuff, and have a suite and just hang out and go do some cool guy shit.
Yeah, why not? I do. That sounds fun. I don't see any
Mhm.
reason not to do that, man.
I agree. So I'm thinking if possible, and I know you don't know a lot about Vegas or the newest thing, but there's a hotel out there, a newer hotel. It's been open, I think, maybe 2 years now. It's called Circa,
Okay.
CIRCA, if you wanted
Mm-hmm.
to look that up. And it's an adult only hotel. It's not for families, and it's not for people with children and all this other stuff. It's an adult only hotel. And I've looked at it online, and I've seen people do some reviews on it and stuff, and it looks pretty badass. Plus it's in the north end of Vegas, in the downtown area, so it's right there on Fremont Street.
Right.
So it's right in the old part of Vegas, but it's a brand new big deluxe hotel, and they got a lot of cool amenities there. And it's I've never stayed in the north end of Vegas in the downtown area before, so I thought, let's do that. That's different, because
Now, now, how did you hear about this place?
I watch these little videos that these people put online where they uh stay at different hotels, and they kind of show the experience and show the amenities and all this and that. And I had heard about the Circa opening up, and several people have done videos from Circa just to show what kind of a facility it is.
Sure.
And it looks pretty cool. And I thought, well, maybe if we can get a suite in Circa, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. What's that place run
I
a
have
day,
no idea. I haven't looked it up yet. Yeah, there you go. But I thought I'd, go check it out and see if maybe we can make some arrangements and stay there, since
Sure.
we're not trying to do the circus thing where all the families bring their kids there.
Yeah. It looks like it's pretty reasonable, really.
Yeah.
Circa Resort and Casino, adults only, 119 starting. So
Yeah.
somewhere from 120 up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. 120. Pfft. Spent way more than that in Vegas.
Oh yeah. So that's kind of my thinking. That's what I'm thinking for next year, next November. Since his birthday is today. As a matter of fact, his birthday is today. So happy birthday, James.
Yeah.
And he's 39 today. So
Well, happy birthday, James.
So next year will be the 40. So I thought, let's celebrate. Let's go to Vegas. Let's go do some fun shit.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm. So that's what the gist of all the conversation was. So hopefully we'll make that happen.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So what else is going on in the Chris Aiken world? Anything?
Nothing but work, man. Been very, very busy with everything. Just still doing my shit. Been working a lot on the podcast studio. That's really got me. That's got me pretty busy.
Mm-hmm. So what is it you're doing? You're doing like a lot of web work for that, or
web work, working on the pricing for, working on the advertising schedule, working with the advertising guy on the advertising schedule, that kind of stuff. Advertising schedule, advertising pieces, all that good stuff. So just doing my shit.
I get you. Well, you can't, you can't beat the weather for what it is this time of year, because it's been great for the last couple of days. Not that I enjoyed it much yesterday and today, but
right.
I looked out the window.
Yeah, I didn't see outside today either. I was just parked in front of a computer where it's always sunny and 75.
Yeah, I see. You got busy making up a little what do they call that, a short, or to advertise our guest. It popped up on my little shorts today when I was just looking at shit, and that just rolled up on me, and I was just like, oh, look at that, Chris is just busy.
Yeah, I'm trying to do more with as much as we hate it, we need to do more with the socials so that we can keep the audience moving forward. So that is what we're doing. Is I'm doing that, and I mean, that was probably the big change of the week is StreamYard made a change to the techie side of the show.
Okay.
Where I can cut off any of the streams kind of at a second's notice. So as much as we hate it, I took us back to YouTube tonight.
All right.
On some bullshit channel. I made up a new bullshit channel.
Okay.
And because if we get into something that we're, that the overlords would not let us talk about, I can just click a button and click it and turn off YouTube. So
we just went dark.
Yeah, well, we will, because I'll just be like, out, goodbye. I mean, but that's we need the influx of people to find the show, I guess, and so it's there. If if people want to do it, or if they want to throw their comments in, that's been another thing too. Is I've wanted the comments for the when people are talking, and I was trying it the other way through like Odyssey and Rumble, and that was really a big pain in the dick trying to do that while we were doing the show live and copying comments out of those things and moving them to, moving them in. And it was just a pain in the ass. So I was like, you know what? I'll just throw the YouTube up there. If we get into something that is not kosher with YouTube, I'll just turn YouTube off.
Yeah, there you are.
It's still not going to be the best place to watch the show. It's just, It's never going to be the feature. It's just there.
Yeah.
If people want to watch it, they can.
How would someone say find it on YouTube? I mean, what would they be? They just randomly find something on YouTube, or
they could find it on there, or it's there's a link on the classicmetalshow.com, on the classicmetalshow.com, or
I gotcha.
So they can go there that way if they want.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to go out of my way to say, yeah, join us on YouTube. No. I don't give a fuck about YouTube.
And what is the reason you're experimenting with that on YouTube? What is the reason? You just want to see how the switch works, or what?
I just think that we need to have the presence there.
Okay, all right. So as much
as we don't like YouTube, I don't really want to fucking damage the show by being a staunch asshole about it. So it's there. If people want to watch there, go ahead.
All right. Very good. Well, our guy Anthony, I watched his clips that he put up this week about with his show with Gavin that he does on Wednesdays.
Sure.
And man, I tell you what, they censor out all the words. I mean, whoever is doing his video work for him, so put up a segment, they have to go through there and mute certain words.
Oh yeah.
And throughout the whole like 10 or 15 minute video, they're muting words. It's like, oh boy, that's a job, but whoever does it, they do a good job with it, and it obviously it gives him a presence on YouTube to try to maybe get people to watch his network or whatever. But I caught some of that stuff, and it's just he and Gavin just got a great thing going on there. So
they do.
I just enjoy watching that.
Sure. Well, I know the editing is a pain in the ass. I will tell you that. I did. I put up the actually the last few shows are on the CMS network, the old YouTube channel. Because there really wasn't anything. Even you and I didn't say anything that was like super objectionable, but there was one episode that Eric and I did the week that you were at your brother's funeral.
Right.
And we got into talk, Eric loves the conspiracies as much as anybody.
Sure.
I ended up having to cut 31 minutes out of a segment. I just had to cut 30 because I just know if I put it up, we'll get a content strike.
Right.
And that's pretty pathetic. YouTube, where you used to be able to present your ideas. Now it's just like, oh, I can't say that, so it's there. I'll put the segments there. And if people want to, if they want to watch the show live there and leave their comments and put them up or whatever, okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not. I'm still 100% into Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. Those are the ones where you can see the show for real.
Sure.
Not this fucking fake ass bullshit.
Who would ever thought we got to this point where we're into the whole censorship thing now?
Dude, it's astounding. It really is astounding. And it's I don't know if you've been following this Elon Musk thing. I am obsessed with it.
I've been dabbling with it and seeing what his next move is, and his next announcement and what he chooses he's going to do, and who he's going to reinstate and who's not getting reinstated, and the lefties losing their mind because God forbid the orange man bad got his Twitter back.
Yeah, even though he's not going to use it, but
it's there if he wanted to use it, I would imagine.
I have loved some of the stuff that he's throwing out there. He's like, he's taunting everybody on the highest level now. He's like, well, what if I make Twitter to where people can post full-length videos now? What if I make Twitter the new YouTube?
Right.
And what if somebody asked him, and he answers random people's questions too, which is pretty cool. He took one question from a guy. He's like, what are you going to do if they take Twitter out of the app stores? He goes, well, I guess I'll just have to make my own phone.
Right.
I was like, Jesus, this guy does not give any fucks.
No.
I love it. Yeah. It's got to be nice to have that kind of fuck you money.
Right. Yeah. Just that whole control thing. It's like, well, we don't like what you do, so we're not going to carry your app. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then fuck off.
Yeah. We're not carrying your app. Yeah. We're gonna cut you off at the knees, man.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, but I'm just enjoying watching Elon Musk just go after people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really kind of fun.
Right. Now, this is kind of techie stuff, and I don't know if anybody is interested in this, but I am, since you know how the apps work. Mm-hmm. How come you can't offer your own app on your own website?
Why? You mean, why does it have to be in the App Store?
Yeah. Why does it have to be in the App Store?
Because of it has to meet certain software requirements, various software requirements, a lot of which is about how if any of it is paid, how it gets paid, so that they can rape you on the fucking app fees.
Okay.
They absolutely do. But the other reason is because the phones themselves are not generally open sourced.
Okay.
So you can't just, like, especially on the iPhone, that is as closed off as it gets. Okay. So if it doesn't meet the tech requirement, then you can't put it anywhere and just install it on your phone. And that's one of the reasons that that's the main reason that Amazon Fire Sticks got so popular so fast, was because when Roku, which is closed off, was the king, which I guess they still are, but Amazon made it so that you could sideload apps, and therefore then people were building shit just on the Android software, but making it available on their websites and whatnot. So but you can't really do that with your phone. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of jailbreaking a phone or jailbreaking a Fire Stick or whatever.
Yeah, I did that when I bought my Fire Stick. I did that.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. You're getting around their technical stranglehold. So you can do it. The real question is, how many people are smart enough and patient enough to do it?
Right.
So I mean, I don't know about now. It's been a long time since I jailbroke an iPhone, but there was a whole industry of apps that were not available in the iPhone store that were available. I forget what the name of the store was, but they had their own marketplace for jailbroken phones.
Okay.
And you could install stuff. But the problem with that was, every time iPhone did an update, it just kind of wiped everything clean.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
which, and then people would have to go and do it a second time. And it was definitely a pain in the ass. It was just like with the Fire Sticks. I remember when Kodi was a big thing, and you would install Kodi, and then you could install this channel or that channel, and you can get all the channels. And that was great until Amazon posted an update, and then it was wiped away, and then you had to start over. And, it was a big pain in the ass. And but that is the basic reason why, is because, Apple especially, they stranglehold it for money. It's about money. Like for us to have our app in the App Store, just to have it now Apple does nothing for us. I mean, literally nothing, except there's a place that you can look and find our app, but we still pay them $100 a year for the privilege of having it there.
Right.
And if you don't renew every year, if I don't renew my developer license every year, then it goes away.
I see.
So they use it to make money. And how many apps are there on the web?
Thousands.
Probably more like millions, I would imagine, at this point. And if there's millions and it's $100 a year,
yeah,
it's a lot of cake.
100 million, couple $100 million a year.
Yeah, just in fees.
Sure.
And then if you do anything where people actually buy something through the app, like if you put up like a web store within your app, then they take 30% of your sale. So it's a big fucking pain in the ass, man. It really does suck, but it is what it is. That's the perk of building your own shit, I guess.
Right. I get you. All right. Well, I didn't know that was the case. So that kind of answers my question.
Yeah. It's a big old fucking scam, like everything else.
So the overlords in the App Store can, determine whether you can have an app or not.
Yeah. Well, it's because what it's going to play on it's kind of the way it was explained to me once is it's kind of like submitting a movie to a movie theater. You can't really submit a rated X movie to like a Cinemark.
Sure.
Because they won't play it. They make the decision not to play it. It's the same thing with the App Store is pretty much the same way. You submit it to them, and if they deem it worthy of their great App Store, then they'll put it in there.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Well, I learned something new today.
And there you go.
The show is educational.
That's right.
Nice. Well, what else is going on? Anything else?
No, man, not a whole lot, man. Just doing, like I said, I've been working, man. I've been working, just got a lot of different projects going on, whether it's the podcasting studio, or I've been working a lot on CMS stuff, really, just revitalizing the website a little bit, changing some shit, fixing some databases, like back-end awful, terrible shit, not anything fun. And then, like you said, you saw some of the reels that I've been working on, and, just trying to expand the show out further, because I feel like we're kind of at like a plateau right now.
Right.
I don't know why. The numbers are good, but I feel like we're just kind of, stuck. So I'm doing some more shit, trying to lift this up a little better. So
raise that profile.
Yep. A few more eyes would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Isn't that the same thing with the App Store, with the apps, with Apple taking a percentage as like they do with music? Like because DistroKid puts my stuff on the App Store, not on the iTunes Store, and then Apple takes a percentage of that. But isn't that again as well just the same thing as, like, if you had a packaging and distribution deal back in the day, like the distribution company, whoever was distributing your album, would just take a percentage from the distribution of your album. Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. And it's scuzzy in that world too.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why do you necessarily think that that's scuzzy?
Why? Because what did they do to take 30% of your sale? I could see them taking something because it came through your your app on their platform or whatever. But 30%, that's fucking robbery, man.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
the
I guess it's
But- By the time you pay the 30% for that, and then you pay another, let's say 4% for a credit card fee, dude, you're at break-even mode, if not losing money on the sale.
yeah. I guess. Well, I don't know. It's just this whole kind of thing's funny because I've never lost money on the sales of my albums or anything like that ever. It's just
Well-
I just find this kind of fascinating. I love it when you guys talk about it.
When you sell
Anyway,
5 million copies like you, Tim, that's why.
No, but the thing is, you don't. I mean, would I love to sell 5 million copies? You bet your ass I would. But you don't need to sell 5 million copies to make money.
No, you don't.
You know, I make money from the first sale now.
Well, but don't you have to recoup some costs to make that recording?
No, because I record it all at home.
Yeah, I understand,
But
but you don't have any overhead costs at all when you record your music.
Oh well, I bought a studio set up 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay, but you have no
Well, that's
you have no production costs, nothing.
Artwork, $300 for artwork, and $50 a year from DistroKid to make sure my stuff's in every store. But that's it now.
Okay.
It used to cost me $8,000 just to do an album.
Mm-hmm.
No way am I paying that anymore.
Right. Well, see, you're like Chris. You learn the trade, and then you don't have to pay anybody else to do your shit.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually Chris's idea. Chris's idea. It was. When I told him how much my 4th record cost, he said, "Dude, you've got to think of a better way of doing this." So I went to school to learn how to produce things properly.
Yeah, well, there you are. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there you go.
You use the Chris Aiken model.
Well, Chris Aiken's a freaking legend. I'm going to go one more comment on this stock and box set.
Yes.
Yes.
Disappointed that Beast from the East is not in there. Apart from that, I'm buying both versions of the box set. Now I'm going to go and buy a cask of wine and go and watch Guns N' Roses and get pissed. See ya.
He's going to go buy what wine?
I don't know. I don't. I'm just waiting for the call to end.
Yeah. So Tim's into the wine these days.
Well, Tim likes a good drink here and there, I guess.
Apparently so.
All that churching.
He likes to drink the blood of Christ
Yes, sir.
straight from the bottle.
That's right.
Well, there goes Tim listening very intently to the discussion.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. So look at that. You inspired Tim to go, figure out how to do his own thing, and that way he doesn't have to pay anyone.
Yeah. Well, that offsets Sal hating my guts tonight and trying desperately to get me fucking to ban him.
What is Sal doing?
He's just being a cunt.
Okay.
He's being a cunt because he's being a cunt because he couldn't figure out how to fucking tune in for the 200th week in a row.
I know. It's just like, how do you listen? It's like, dude, it's the same thing every week.
Yeah. And I called him out on it. Now he's all fucking butthurt.
Oh.
So Kelly's ugly and I'm fat and I'm not funny and blah, 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 blah.
Is Sal saying
wow, I'm hurt.
Sal
I'm so hurt.
That's what Sal was saying, that kind of shit?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right.
He's really getting to me. I'm very hurt.
Oh, Sal was getting way pumped up on the whole Wasp Armored Saint show next week.
I hope it's good. I know I've seen a couple reviews. I mean, I keep saying you guys will have fun because every review I've seen is that Armored Saint is killing.
Good.
Which not a shock there, but every single review that I've seen is that Armored Saint is killing. But I'm seeing a lot of people that are saying that the Wasp show is kind of,
Yeah, kind of lackluster.
yeah. And people are not happy with the 9-song set, and they're really, as it's going on, it's becoming more and more obvious how much of it is tracks versus singing, and some people are not happy with that, and it's a whole thing. So
it's not quite living up to the hype that Blackie said it would be.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
I mean, and honestly, what is Blackie supposed to do? Well, yeah, we're gonna go out on tour. We're gonna do a completely average show. I hope some people come out. I know we haven't been out in a while, but we're gonna come out. We're gonna give you absolutely mediocre material.
Right.
Please come out. Of course, he's gonna oversell it. That's what they do.
Oh, of course, but 9 songs. Come on now.
Yeah, 9 songs is really, really weak. They've got this is the 40th anniversary. You got to give people
A
15.
Yeah, you got to have a retrospective of your catalog.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of material from Crimson Idol, and I get it, that's his baby, but Wasp has what, about 15 albums?
I don't know if that's that many, but they got quite a few.
Yeah, let me see here. How many does Wasp have? Wasp band. They have where's the discography?
Not counting the greatest hit stuff.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 if you count Re-Idolized, which I don't, but so 15. They have 15 albums.
Okay.
So I would think that reasonable thought would be about 17, 18 songs. You could get away with only doing one song from either of the Neon Gods, like one song total from the Neon God records.
Yeah, sure, as a set.
Yeah, you could probably get away with not doing anything from Eldorado. Nobody's going to really give a shit if they hear Dirty Balls or fucking, what was the other one on that one? There was Dirty Balls and Don't Cry, Just Suck. He's not going to do those songs. He could do like 1 or 2 from the Headless Children, from Last Command, from the debut. I don't know what, Still Not Black Enough. I don't think you do anything. Kill Fuck Die.
That's kind of a solo record.
Yeah. But Kill Fuck Die should do You or something like that from that. Or the song Kill Fuck Die.
Yeah, Kill Fuck Die.
Unholy Terror, there's bound to be something on that one. Dying for the World. You could probably skip that one, or maybe Hallowed Ground could come off of that one. Dominator, Golgotha, those. It should be about 15 songs, I would think.
Yeah, I would agree.
9 songs.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to hear about this medley bullshit either. Stop with the medleys.
Well, that's a way to shoehorn in, several songs into one thing, I guess.
Yeah, but it's never satisfying.
Yeah, of course.
If they cut your favorite song in half, if they cut or less, if just the first chorus or up to the first chorus, and then they change to something else, that's pretty weak. But hey, whatever. You guys will have fun.
Yeah, well,
even if you are stuck with Sal, you'll have fun.
Yeah, I have no doubt. But it's a strong package. I'm glad Bush is healthy and back at it again. And regardless of Wasp is mediocre, I always enjoy Armored Saint show.
Yeah, well, and Armored Saints playing a good long set. They're playing like 10, 11 songs, I believe. So
isn't that it's something that the co-headliner or opener or whatever they're calling themselves are playing a longer set than the headliner?
Yeah, well, but they're just rapid fire bringing it, And I'm just looking right now to see what they're playing 10 songs. You want to know the songs, or you want me not to tell you the songs?
Go right ahead.
Reign of Fire, End of the Attention Span, Nervous Man, Last Train Home, Chemical Euphoria, Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, Win Hands Down, Can You Deliver, March of the Saint, and Madhouse.
All right.
That's a solid 10 songs.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to see if they have how long the show was. They don't really say. That's probably 45 to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good set. Yeah,
Well,
they play the same set every night. So
yeah, they're an excellent band live.
yeah, they're great. So if nothing else, you'll enjoy it just by seeing the Saint. So that'll be good.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that I've seen Saint do as far as like staying on pace, they have a big like digital clock that they run on stage.
Oh, nice.
And you know, they start the clock as soon as they start into their set and they end right on the second. I mean,
nice.
They keep pace with that digital clock on the stage, and they keep an eye on it, and they just run through their set and, you know, end right on time.
Right. So you might get a 12 count ending, a dun 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 dun, you know, if they're a little fast that night.
Right. Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I'll have something to report on next Saturday, because
when is the show? The 3rd?
Second.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 shows. It's back to back, but I'm going to the first one, which is Friday.
Right. Okay.
So I'll have something to report for next Saturday's show.
There we go. Nice.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that I bought tickets for the first show, and then that sold out so quick that they added that second show.
Right.
You know, so glad to go to the first show, so I do have a concert report next week.
There you go. Look at you getting out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's worth it. I mean, it's just like, well, it's Wasp. They haven't they haven't toured in a decade, and you know, Armored Saint is one of my favorites, so gotta go.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame me at all, dude. I mean, you just gotta get out there and see, like we've said a million times, you gotta see them before they're gone.
Exactly.
You know, even Armored Saint, as much as we love them, they're an old band too. And you know, obviously John Bush breaking down on the tour.
Right.
May not be many more tours, may not be another tour.
Sure.
So
remember when Armored Saint came back, you know, what was it, 10 years ago already or more? And John was like, yeah, you know, we may tour, we may not. It's right now it's just a project for us. You know, we'll get together every few years and maybe put out a record, but then again, maybe not.
Yeah.
We had him on the show, and he was just like, yeah, he says, you know, Armored Saint is our baby. You know, everybody has things going on, and you know, we may tour with it, we may not.
Yeah. So get out there and see it. Again, he's selling too. You may not get another chance, so make sure you come on out.
Yeah. The last few times I saw them, it was a good package. Every time I saw them with Metal Church. I saw them again with Queensryche.
Right.
I saw them with, who else was it? Who the third one was, but they seem to package up with pretty like style bands. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I saw them with Saxon not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, I saw them with Saxon. That was good.
Yeah. And then obviously they're doing the whole Wasp tour, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You guys will have fun.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm busting Sal's balls all night tonight, which whatever, but you guys will have fun. It's a good night out. Good night to go have a couple of drinks, see some great metal.
Yep.
That'll be fucking fun.
Yeah. Now, you remember the debacle back in the 90s when Wasp and Motorhead teamed up?
Oh, yeah. That was a huge big deal.
And that all came to a head in Cleveland,
where
Wasp was trying to run the roost there, and they had to share a dressing room. That was at Nautica, right?
Odeon.
Was it at the Odeon or the Agora?
Might have been Agora. It was indoor. I know that.
Okay. And so they were like throwing like Motorhead's gear and stuff out of the dressing room.
Yep.
And it turned into a big standoff type thing. And that's where it ended between the two of them on that tour.
Yeah. They were like, get out. You're not coming with us anymore.
Yeah. I think, weren't they flip-flopping too?
I think it was like a co-headline deal, and Motorhead just said, nope, we'll just finish this tour without you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just got ugly in Cleveland, and that's where it ended.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, can you imagine getting into it with Lemmy and Motorhead over that kind of a stuff? You know, Blackie more or less was, you know, trying to, you know, dominate, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know, the Motorhead wasn't having it.
Yeah, they're not the right guy to try and pull a power move on. The guy that just doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Sure.
Yeah, probably not going to win that fight.
Yeah. I remember going to the show, or did the show happen? Did that show?
It happened. It fell apart here, but it happened.
Yeah.
That was like the last show that happened. And then after that, it was announced that Wasp was like off the tour.
Right. When was that? Was that like 97 or something like that? Was it 90?
It was like Kill Fuck Die, wasn't it?
Could have been.
I think it was Kill Fuck Die, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
That was crazy. Crazy shite.
Yep.
All right. Well, I say we take a break.
All right.
Since we're talking about Wasp and Armored Saint, you got a song from either one of them you'd like to hear?
Let me see here. Let's go with I don't know. Let's see. What do I like from Armored Saint? I'll go with Armored Saint. How about how about Day of the Eagle?
Day of the Eagle?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. Symbol Salvation. Oh, let's see. Nod to the old school, I guess.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll play a few tunes. We'll come back, get into some stuff here. So here it is. It's Armored Saint exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Hey, what up, everybody? This is John.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.